In the final years of World War II, as Germany's science reached the edge of madness, a small group of Nazi scientists began working on what was once thought impossible: the conquest of death itself. They believed the human body could be restarted through electric impulses, chemical serums, and mechanical stimulators. These experiments were conducted deep underground in laboratories officially registered as Technisches Versuchsfeld-47. When the front lines approached, all data was ordered to be destroyed. But one chamber survived. Decades later, Soviet intelligence rediscovered that same facility, and what they found went far beyond the boundaries of science and morality. On November 12, 1943, in the small Lower Silesian town of Waldenburg, now Wałbrzych, Poland, a classified research site known as Technisches Versuchsfeld-47 was first documented by German intelligence. The facility was built beneath the Ries complex, a vast network of tunnels carved by forced laborers under the Ural Mountains. Its purpose to restore life after clinical death through a series of electrochemical experiments first conceived in the 1930s by neurologist Dr. Heinrich von Klee. According to Abwehr reports from March 1945, von Klee, along with Dr. Friedrich Weissmann and Professor Otto Krüger, developed an experimental procedure called Lebensimpuls, the life impulse. The method involved sending high-voltage galvanic currents, up to 60,000 volts, through the spinal cord while injecting a mixture of fluoride and adrenaline to mimic cardiac activity. The test subjects, mostly condemned prisoners transferred from the Gross-Rosen concentration camp, were strapped to steel tables connected to crude electrodes and monitored by oscilloscopes built in the Siemens laboratories of Dresden. One classified report, marked Geheim nur für Führer's inspection, describes an event on January 8, 1944 at 23:47 hours. After the third electric surge, test subject 47-8 reportedly opened his eye and began to breathe. 42 seconds later, all vital signs ceased. Instruments recorded a sudden magnetic surge in the lab, the origin of which was never explained. Within days, the site was abandoned. Most documents were burned, and the scientists relocated to Innsbruck, Austria, where some believed they attempted to continue their work. When Soviet forces reached the area in May 1945, they found only the remains of the underground laboratory, charred tables, melted instruments, and a single steel container stamped with the words Project Frankenstein. In the spring of 1946, a Soviet engineering unit attached to the 4th Main Directorate of the NKVD was dispatched to survey abandoned German military facilities across Silesia. Among hundreds of destroyed bunkers, one location drew particular attention: a sealed tunnel near Waldenburg, its entrance blocked by concrete and marked with a German warning sign, Lebensgefahr, Hochspannung. Behind it, investigators found remnants of Technisches Versuchsfeld-47 and a single steel crate labeled Project Frankenstein. The container was transported under strict secrecy to Facility 21, a classified research base outside Sverdlovsk, deep in the Ural Mountains. Soviet records would later rename the recovered initiative as WWII, Project WWII, or the Living 3 program. Leading the operation was Major Engineer Leonid Kharitonov, assisted by biophysicist Dr. Irina Petrovna Volkova, who had previously worked on organ preservation at the Leningrad Institute of Experimental Medicine. Declassified fragments from a 1952 KGB memorandum describe the early stages of WWII. Subject matter concerns electrical reactivation of deceased tissue using Western apparatus acquired from Germany. Not recommended for public documentation. Preliminary results unstable. The Soviets replaced the Nazi oscillators with Soviet-built generator units Model G128, powered by modified tank alternators. Experiments were carried out on canine and primate cadavers, injected with polyelectrolyte serum number 37, designed to stabilize cell membranes under high voltage. One internal report from January 1950 mentions a test where a subject's cardiac rhythm returned for 21 seconds, producing measurable blood pressure. However, the experiment was terminated due to extreme muscular convulsions. Rumors spread within the facility that one of the recovered German devices, a large induction coil marked Kruger-Werk Dresden, emitted an electromagnetic pulse even when disconnected from power. Several technicians reported nausea, headaches, and distorted voices on the intercom system. By 1953, the project had reached an impasse. The official closure report simply read, Zhivoy 3 suspended. Materials archived at Object 12, Ural District. Further continuation poses unacceptable biological hazard. In 1991, following the collapse of the Soviet Union, fragments of these archives resurfaced in Novosibirsk. Among them was a film reel labeled only Frankenstein, Sequence 2. To this day, no one knows what was recorded on the film reel labeled Sequence 2. Experts claim it was never publicly screened, and all known copies were lost. In 1993, a fire consumed the Novosibirsk archive that stored the original material. Only fragments of the container's label survived. The words, Frankenstein experiment, do not restore. Some say the reel showed a man. Others are certain it wasn't human.